Good morning, folks. The past week or so, I've been messing around with kind of a hybrid D lick, and actually, as my thought process has been moving forward, I've kind of come up with two different things that you can use, and I'll tell you where they came from. One of them is just adapting the D7 position. You know, if you go to a D lick and you play D7, I never really have liked the D7 position. It's not really fun to hang out and do a bunch of rolling on because it never seems like it resolves. So, but a lot of times you do need that C note there. Kind of sounds really good, and it's actually part of the melody on a lot of tunes when you go to the D chord. So what I came up with was kind of a hybrid between doing the D7, the first half of a D measure, and then going to the split position there on the third and fourth string, that D position. And you heard me play it at the beginning on Gonna Settle Down. So it'll work just about anywhere that there is one measure of the D chord, you know, when it goes to the 5. And a lot of times that happens either halfway through the verse or at the end of a verse or a chorus. So it will also replace the common J.D. Crowe lick. Let's see. Okay, that you hear in stuff like Blue Ridge Cabin Home, or Gonna Settle Down, those kind of things. So what I end up doing is going to the D7 position, which is the first fret of the second string with my index, and the second fret of the third string with my middle. That's the D7. And I do that for the first half of the lick. Let's see. Yeah, so I just do a forward-backward roll. So it's 3, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then back to the 1. So 3, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1. And as I'm going to the 1, I actually kind of switch positions and go to the split D position, which is the index finger on the second fret of the third string and my ring finger on the fourth string at the fourth fret. And I do fourth string, first string, third string, I believe. Let me put it all together. Yep. And then you can come back to the first if you want to grace note. So. And then that'll get you back to the 1 chord. So that's one full measure of D is where that would fit. Same place that you do. Okay, so I kind of discovered that in just my thinking about things. And then I also got to thinking about it, and not only would it work for just the D, I started thinking about other licks that kind of started with this D7 kind of position. And the thing that popped in my mind was let's see, what song is it? Rebecca, that Jim Mills plays. The second time through, he does a nice pull-off kind of lick using that position. Let me play it for you. Let's see if I can do Jim Mills this morning. Right there. And I'm thinking that's kind of the same thing I was just playing earlier. You know, it's more fancy because it's got some pull-offs, but it's the same position. See? So it ends up on the fourth string open, which is that big D. Boom. So I'm thinking, all right, can I do some cutting and pasting, which I like to do a lot of times. Will that lick fit over in some other songs? And I found out that it could. Let's see. Let's see if I can just put it in the one I started with, which was Gonna Settle Down. Let's see how it sounds. Man, that sounds pretty good. So obviously you wouldn't want to do that in every song because it's kind of a flashy lick and it sounds pretty familiar. It would be recognizable. So let's see how I want to show you this. I think I'm just going to play it really slow for you because trying to explain every single thing that's happening with the right hand is going to be difficult for me because it's like doing this and I don't know if I can play it and tell you it correctly. But let's see, what do we do here? We do start off in the D7 position and it kind of ends up in the split D position. So you're doing a pull off on the second string, okay, 1 to 0, and then your finger gets back on that second string. So it's pull off, and then to the third string, and then second string. Okay, let's go play it slow 2 more times. One more time. Yeah, play it right. Okay, which kind of works the same as what I was doing earlier. Okay, the one I came up with earlier didn't go to the open fourth, but it's the same time signature, or excuse me, the same timing in that it's one measure of the D chord. I think it sounds really good because the D7 I like, but it never resolves. So you do for the first half of the lick, and then the second half you're going back to a more traditional D major instead of a D7. And then I thought about one more place, and I want to show that to you. I was trying to think of other songs that's got that kind of sound to it, and I thought of sled riding. It's on the part on sled riding. It actually goes to like the A minor. But if you look at it, 2 of your index and your middle fingers are doing the same thing you would on the D7, except you put your ring finger down on the second fret of the first string. Okay, and it's oh boy, trying to get all these songs mixed up in my head. So it does that. So let's see. Which is the same thing I did in the beginning lick. It's a forward backward roll, except it's holding the minor. And it goes. So I'm thinking, kind of like the end of that. It's got J.D. Crowe. It's got that. I always like that kind of thing. Instead of the split D, it goes to the. So I'm wondering, can I kind of cut and paste half and half? So can I put the first half of the Rebecca lick with the end of the sled riding lick? And guess what? You can. It's a lot of little cutting and pasting and different ideas and where they might fit. And then I'm thinking, well, can I just put that lick, the fancy lick, in the sled riding song where there's an A minor? And I thought it'd end up sounding okay. Let's see what you think. So I'll do it 2 times through. The first time I'll do the regular sled riding lick, and the second time I'll put in the hybrid lick. Let's see. So a lot of little ideas going through my head, and I know none of this stuff is kind of revolutionary or really inventive or creative on my part, but my brain's always thinking banjo, and I like trying to, format it in my head so I can explain it to other people. It kind of helps me figure out where other places these licks will go. And just, I know if you're like me, sometimes you get in the rut of playing the same thing over and over, and you're just looking for something that's a little bit different. So those two ideas of splitting up the D7 position and then going to a more traditional end of a measure of D, I think it sounds pretty good and could come in handy. So let me know what you think. Have a good day. All right, I know that's a long video, but I have to show you one more place that this both variations of this hybrid D lick will go, and because it's one of the most famous banjo bluegrass songs of all time, in my opinion. And it's got the same progression of the A minor, half a measure of A minor to the D. Same thing that we did in the sled riding. And when you hear it, you will recognize it. I think I didn't think to put it in yesterday because at least I don't ever improvise on this song. I tend to try to play it exactly like Mr. Earl played it because it's so recognizable. But here we go. I bet you'll know it. So Ballad of Jed Clampett. So here's the first variation on where it goes to the A minor to the D, and it's a little more subtle. This is the one we did at the first part of the video. All right, and then let's try the more fancy pull-off lick that we kind of adapted from Jim Mills' Rebecca. I would say that be careful if you play this at a jam session. They're either going to raise their eyebrow at you because they like it and it's something different, or they're going to raise their eyebrow because you didn't play it like Mr. Earl. So use at your own risk. So anyway, there you go. Have fun with it.